Okay, everybody. Hello, this is Miss Smith again. I'm gonna show y'all. So we looked at theme within the videos on the Pear Deck. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna find themes within texts. So everybody should have gotten this paper passed out to them from their teacher. What we are going to do first is we're going to look at what a theme is again, because the more you practice with what exactly a theme is, the better you're going to get at actually identifying a theme. So a theme is the message or insight that a writer presents in a work. Sometimes the writer states the theme of the work directly. For instance, they may end a story with "honesty is the best policy." So we're going to look at first themes that are directly stated, okay? Also, a theme may be implied, and this is more common. So more commonly, the author's not going to actually state the theme directly, they're going to imply it. So when the author is implying a message, when they're hinting at it, they're not stating it, you as a reader must figure out the theme by noticing what happens in the story. So here's an example. You have event 1, Joe tells a lie to his friends. Event 2, his friends do not trust him. And then event 3, Joe is sad. Okay, so taking all of those events together, they've come up with a theme that honesty is the best policy. Okay, because if he was honest, his friends would have trusted him and he wouldn't have ended up sad and alone. Okay, so sad for Joe. Now, we're going to look at part A. We're going to look at paragraph 1 together, and then you're going to try to find the words that directly state the theme in paragraph 2 on your own. Okay, so it says, for each paragraph, circle the words that directly state the theme. That means that the author actually is saying the theme. So let's look at paragraph 1. You can find nature's beauty in the strangest places. Deep in the ocean, miles below the surface, groups of giant tube worms attach themselves to the ocean floor. Their feathery red heads wave in the current. So if I'm looking for a message or lesson about life that can apply to anybody, I notice the very first sentence talks about how you can find nature's beauty in the strangest places.
A reminder for staff only that need to come to the library to do fiction retakes. Again, students will be called by grade level and by the letter of their last name.
Okay, so I'm going to keep going. So sorry for the interruption. So this right here is a theme statement. Now, paragraph 2, you're going to look at on your own right now, and I want you to highlight or underline the words that actually state the theme, the message or lesson about life, okay? So you're doing that part on your own, so you can go ahead and pause this video to do that, okay? Now, since you found the theme on this paragraph 2, we're going to look at the following story together and then answer the questions. So this story says, when my cousin Keisha said she did not like my new necklace, I decided I would never talk to her again. As it turned out, I did not talk to her for 3 days. On the 4th day, I was in the store on the corner buying an orange. Suddenly, I heard a voice. Young lady, if you eat too much fruit, you'll swell up like a balloon. I started to laugh. I turned around. It was Keisha. You do not have to talk to me, said Keisha. I know how mad you are. Well, I said, I have decided that just because you do not know anything about necklaces, it does not mean we cannot be friends. Okay, so the narrator, question 1 asks, the narrator has an easy time making up with Keisha. What does this fact show about their quarrel? Quarrel means fight. Okay, so what does this show about their fight? Well, if she's having an easy time making up with Keisha, even though Keisha said that she didn't like her necklace and that upset her, you can infer that they have a strong bond, or what that means is they have a strong friendship. So you should be writing down everything that I'm writing down on your paper. So you guys have the answer to number 1. Okay, so then we're going to do number 2 together as well. What theme about friendship does the story express? Okay, so if we know that they have a strong bond, even though they got in a fight, they made up 3 days later. So I'm going to say that a message or lesson we could learn from them is no fights could break up the strongest friendship. You could also say true friendship can overcome anything, okay? Same kind of concept. So notice how I didn't put Keisha and her cousin can always be friends. That's not a theme because then I'm including characters' names and I'm not making the statement universal. So we have a really good theme here, and I could find evidence to support it. Okay, so I'm going to go back in the story and I'm going to highlight evidence that supports my theme that no fight could break up the strongest friendship. So, first of all, we have the fight. Keisha said she did not like my new necklace. I decided I would never talk to her again. Okay, that's the first piece of evidence. And then, as it turned out, she says I did not talk to her for 3 days. Okay, and it talks about how Keisha basically made her laugh. And then, even though Keisha said, "You don't have to talk to me, I know how mad you are," at the end, the narrator says, "I have decided that just because you do not know anything about necklaces, it does not mean that we cannot be friends." So, all of that evidence supports that no fight could break up their strongest of friendships. Okay? Now, on your own, you are going to do part A and B on page 2. Okay, so on your own, you're looking at each paragraph, circle the words that directly state the theme for 1 and 2, and then you're going to actually answer for 1 and 2 on part B. Circle the letter of the answer that correctly states the theme of the paragraph. Okay, and I can tell you right now by looking at number 1, if a theme statement has anything specific that has either a character's name or something very specific to the story, then it's probably not going to be universal. Okay, so make sure that your theme statement is universal. Okay, that's what you're doing on your own right now. Good luck.